apparently. So,
It does
so
not
presently,
say live yet, so I have to
well,
have
it looks like apparently that's saying it's live. So
All right.
let's.
Well, let's refresh.
Oh, I
Here
see.
we go.
See, Facebook is working.
The Book of Face. There
The
we
Book
are.
of Face is working, but what about the rest of us here, our live stream? Not seeing anything live yet on our YouTube.
Well, I've got us on Facebook.
Well, that's all right.
However,
Well,
it's doing its weird thing, and I have no way to see any comments.
Okay. Well, this is
It is what it is.
this is being annoying. Let's see any.
Why is it doing that?
Let me
No
just.
way to see any
Oh,
comments.
don't turn that on.
No, I'm turning
Well,
that off.
Just give us a moment, good people. Talk amongst yourselves while we organise our technical.
I'm going to look again and see if maybe it'll do it a different way, so that I
somehow,
can actually
somewhere,
see what
somewhere
people
along
are
here.
saying to
let
us.
me go check and see what's going on. Why we're not going to the YouTube?
Oh my goodness! Why is
We
Facebook?
are on YouTube. So what the bloody hell?
I don't know. Facebook is really silly. Aha! I think I've got it.
Well, I'm glad you have.
All right. Hello, Alice.
Are
Hello,
we
Bridget.
viewed in live dashboard?
But am I live? I don't know.
Apparently. Are we
Oh.
live?
Well-
Stream health. Oh, looks like yes, we are in fact live everywhere.
Okay.
Would you believe it?
Well, I don't know if I believe it or not.
Well,
but
I don't know, but I've got the chat going here, so this is good.
all right,
We
I have a
can see
chat
it.
going too, but I don't know if I can see anything other than two people who popped in a minute ago. But now I'm not sure we're actually. It says
We're live. We're live. We're definitely live. We're 100% live.
All right.
We are live on the Book of Face and on the Tube of You.
All right, interesting times. So, wonderful
might
people.
say.
Something really exciting is happening this Sunday coming up. This Sunday coming up, we are starting our 4th round of Coming Home to the Craft of the Wise. It's our year and a day program to becoming a witch in the Stuart tradition.
Oh, you can't see anything on your video, but you
I
got
can
lots
see
of
some
chat
things
there.
coming. All right. So we wanted to talk to you a little bit first about our book. But because of the interesting times that we're in, some people had to give up their spot on our current course. So we do have some places available for the year and a day course. It's one Sunday a month, the first Sunday of every month except for July because that's the holiday weekend. But it's one Sunday a month for a year and a day to become a witch, a dedicated witch in the Stuart tradition. So first we wanted to talk about our book. Our book is in. We
Shameless
do have
plug.
200 copies to sell.
We
and
did.
We would love to be able to pay our bills. So
Yes.
think about ordering a copy. And I'm wondering, Anton, if you would just
Sure.
read the introduction bit.
The
because
introduction?
I think people would be interested in hearing that.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you a story then. All right, so this is just the preface, Becoming a Witch, or the journey home. Whether you've been a witch for many years or are just now stepping onto this well-worn path, we hope that this book is of some service to you and the ancient ones. Almost every time someone comes to this way of life, they liken it to a homecoming. They say such things as if, I feel like I'm remembering and not just learning. I can't believe someone would think this way of life is evil or negative. Or, I've always known I was a little different. I could hear things, sense things, and love nature, animals, plants, and trees. Some are content in walking their own path with no guides other than their spiritual ones. But for others, they seek more. They want to know the secrets and learn the mysteries within the setting of a group tradition. They want to become a witch in a more defined and structured way. Certainly there are folks practicing witchcraft from all walks of life, hedge witches, conjurers, and even some Christian witches. But this book is for those witches who seek to become well versed in the craft of the wise, those Wiccans who aspire to follow a tradition mapped out on a well-worn path. They desire to reach out and touch those who have gone before them, those who are still a part of them, and those who are calling them to seek. Accordingly, we make no apologies for the fact that this book is written from the perspective of our own well-established tradition. We fully appreciate the traditional old-school Wicca will not appeal to everyone, but a lot of the information included here has been gleaned over the many years we've been walking this path, and some of it learned through bitter personal experience. Our own tradition is one of Celtic Wicca that honours a Welsh Brythonic pantheon. It has its roots in traditional Gardnerian Alexandrian Wicca, but has evolved to more fully combine the three overlapping branches of high magic, druidry, and witchcraft, which were, as you'll see in Chapter 1, the foundations upon which the relatively modern religion of Wicca was built. That said, in writing this book, we've endeavoured to make the information it contains equally applicable to all Wiccans, no matter what variety of Wicca or particular pantheon speaks to you. You're shamelessly plugging the book again, look. She's doing that. As part of our commitment to our craft, we have taken an oath to preserve the well-worn path on which we walk, so that it remains available for those who would seek to follow. And if we've done our job right, for long after we've shuffled off this mortal coil. While we cannot walk the path for you, we very much hope that at least some of the information we provide will help you avoid a few potholes, pitfalls, and wrong turns along the way. Know this above all, to become a witch requires work. Lots of hard work, learning, practice, teaching, and dedication. Be assured that it is neither an instant process nor a quick fix for your problems. However, if you have the courage to make the essay, it offers way more than mere religion. It truly becomes a way of life.
All right. So for the many people out there who took the Craft of the Wise class before, there are probably close to 30 people now who have gone through or are at least halfway through. So we had class 1 that graduated last October, class 2 that's graduating this month, class 3 that are 6 months in,
yeah.
And then Sunday we're going to start round 4. So if anybody has taken the class before and you would like to write a review for us, that would be awesome. You could write the review on Facebook and we'll put it over on our author's website. And if you have finished reading the book, you could review the book on Amazon for us, and that would be really cool.
Somebody's got to have finished reading it by now.
Oh, I would think so. All right.
Stayed up all night and read it.
We want to talk about this April's Craft of the Wise class. So the first class is what?
The first class
Is the history, right?
It is really, yes, entirely the history. I'm looking at the schedule and just realizing this is part of the first class, so it doesn't start there. So, I'm sorry, my wit, it escapes me regularly.
So you're up with history.
So yeah, this is basically the movers and shakers of the craft and how Wicca came about. It's really, really educational, I have to say that. And you'll probably learn some things that you didn't know. We'll tell you that one. It's a cool one. About
Gerald
who's who and what
Doreen
they did
and
why
all
they
these
did
people. Yeah. And then you get to go home and digest that.
Well, you're going to be at home for this one.
Yeah, you're going to be at home.
We're going to start this as a complete distance learning.
And this book, The Heart of Wicca, is included in the class, and you would be reading each time, because the class is 3 parts. It's a 2-hour lecture. Mm-hmm. It's a ritual, which will be guided meditation for the most part while we're Zooming. And then a book club where we take an hour to discuss what we've read in this book. And the book is really cool. You get a lot of information from it.
Seriously thought-provoking book.
It is. Mm-hmm. And May's class, then, we go over the Wheel of the Year. We talk about the Sabbats, and we show people how they aren't just 8 separate holidays. They're actually a wheel of the year, much like an astrology chart, where one thing tries to prepare you for the next or make up for the one that was before it and what it lacked. And you kind of get to see these cycles, and you start to really understand what the Wheel of the Year is. Then what's next after that?
Well, then we dig into our particular sort of branch of Wicca, which is the Welsh Brythonic pantheon, and we dig particularly into probably one of the most significant pieces of Welsh mythology, known as the Mabinogion. It's actually slightly wrongly named because that is a plural, So the Mabinogi is actually what it's properly called. But
That book is also included in the course.
oh yeah, you get one of these too. You get one of these too. But yeah, our third lesson goes into that, and I can't help it. We get into story time, and I tell
And he
some-
likes to tell the
I
four
do,
branches.
I do,
He tells
I
the
do.
first four branches.
I'm not quite as good as Christopher. I had the pleasure, one of our dear friends who's also head of the Anglesey Druid Order, Christopher Hughes, lovely fella. Would strongly recommend anything he's written. He's a profoundly brilliant author, but he's also a lovely fellow. But Christopher, I actually heard him do a summary of the four branches of the Mabinogi inside of 5 minutes.
That was crazy.
That was
wasn't it?
impressive.
All right.
Speed reading the Mabinogi, you gotta love it.
Then the next class is about the phases of the moon, and we talk about the 8 phases of the moon, and we compare those 8 phases to the 8 Sabbats on the Wheel of the Year, and we introduce you to Ogham, which are the Celtic lunar zodiac. So the moon is taught kind of with both of those points of view, the 8 phases of the moon and the journey of the trees.
So that's class really doesn't suck. That moon class is brilliant. You're
And
gonna
then
love that.
next,
Oh yes, and then it's elementary, my dear witchling, because we go into the elements, the elementals, and the watchtowers, and it starts to make sense now as it all sort of comes together. Because you've seen, how we've been throwing the bits and bobs together, and now we bring in the elemental correspondences, and it all starts. Oh, look, I can see it's a wheel, because a lot of people consider the elements and stuff to be disparate, sort of 4 directions, and that they're not connected to each other. But we show you that it is.
that how they actually connect and make a
Yeah,
circle. Mhm.
Absolutely, how one each sort of blends into the next,
the other.
introduces
And
it
how
to the
those
next
elements work within the Wheel of the Year. You'll be
Yeah.
recalling back things from the other classes.
Everything builds on everything before
else.
it. Yeah, it's
and then
pretty
next
cool.
is magical timing. So we go into how to understand midnight or midday and the magical hours. We talk about the basics of astrology, and we start to show you how the moon is always full opposite the sun. And we talk about how you can draw upon the astrological energies that are available at the time you're doing your magic, or how you could choose a time to do your magic based on the astrology.
Yes, we say there's no such thing as a catastrophe. It's about making best possible use of all available resources, isn't it? Just because you may not have the optimal alignment of the stars, you'll have learnt enough then that you can adapt your magic to improvise, adapt, and overcome. Yeah,
Right.
and do good stuff.
And
yeah.
next, tools.
Yeah, not your dad's toolbox, this one, the tools of the craft, which is really fascinating. I mean, we could spend forever on this, but we just give you the basics, really. And speaking of the tools of the craft, there's 1 or 2 provided, are there not, in this
Yes.
in this course?
For
If I'm
that,
not
for
entirely
that
mistaken.
class, you'd be getting a cord.
Next one. Oh, yes. No, that is that one.
Okay. For that class, you'd be getting a cord.
I know this so well.
And also, I forgot to tell you that Circle in a Box is included in the course. So this is a
That doesn't
recorded
suck
ritual
either.
to music. So it has calling and casting the circle. It has the charge of the goddess, the charge of the god, and a 9-minute space where you could do your magic, and then it releases the circle for you. So that you get your binder, a notebook, a pen, Circle in a Box, Wicca for the Solitary, Heart of Wicca by Ellen Cannon Reed, and the Mabinogi you get for class 3. And then you'd get a cord. Later on in the course, you'll get all kinds of different things, crystals and candles and things, a little elemental set for your altar. And then at the end, you would get a robe and an athame. So your deposit for the class kind of covers a lot of those things.
Right.
And then after Tools of the Craft, we talk more about magic, and we talk about raising energy through the energy centers of your body and how the chakras are like the planets, and you can relate that to the astrology class that we had previously. And we talk about ciphers and secret languages and magical writing. And then you kind of do this next one. You take us on
yes.
this crazy wand making.
Well, this is pretty good actually. You actually get your hands on and make a wand there. Hopefully by that time we are able to get back together. If not, we'll.
May, June, July, August, September, October,
Well,
November.
you don't know.
December, I would hope.
We'll think of something if not. But we've actually adapted this class, for inclement weather as well. So there's a lot of stuff we can do. And you finish off yourself. But really, yes, one of the most wonderful tools that you get, and we talk about, your personal relationship as we did with tools of the craft, but more so like the wand is an extension of your personality. So you're actually going to be making your own wand as part and parcel of this class. And we have a source for some interesting material.
Yeah, we have a really cool friend who grows honeysuckle onto the wands so that they all have those lovely spirally things.
So giving it all away now, aren't you?
I want them to sign up for the class.
Oh, well, okay.
All right.
And fair.
And
they
then
don't suck either.
The next class is divination, tarot, runes, scrying, and pendulums. So you'll be actually getting a set of witches' runes for that class, and we'll talk about how to read them.
Yeah, they're actually not. That's for some people. That's really like their first foray into the arts, divination. But it's a really good approach. It's actually quite.
And how many witches' runes are there?
There are 8, of course.
There are 8. What do you think that
8.
might correspond to? The wheel of the year, or the moon phases, or something?
Say.
I don't know.
The planets, the chakras. What's
and
going on here?
Then we go into kitchen witching.
Ah.
And we learn how to make magical food. And we also, as a group, will make some incense. And then we get into the sort of preparation, because you're almost, this will put you then at lesson 12, where we're into now choosing a magical name and actual ritual writing. We hammer on a bit about ethics here, because we think that's kind of important. Certainly within our tradition it is. But this is a very it pulls it all together at this point. And so now you're you're getting yourself prepared for your dedication, and we
that's
try
what
to help
follows.
you not slip up and overpromise and underdeliver for your dedication, which you come together for that last gathering, which is a year and a day later, and we try to hold that on either a new moon or a full moon, and you make your dedication to the god and or goddess of your choice, and you take your magical name and you are dedicated to that name and that pantheon or that choice of deity for a year and a day. And so again, you would get the binder, which there's about 300 pages, I think, by the time we're done. The
It's
binder,
impressive, yeah.
a notebook, a pen, circle in a box, the heart of Wicca,
The Mabinogi.
the Mabinogi, a cord, a pouch, a robe, an
wand.
athame, a wand. Pretty much you're
Crystals.
kitted out. A crystal, some
Divination
candles,
stuff.
divination tools, and a little elemental pack for your altar. So
Yeah.
you are really ready to be a witch at the end of this year and a day course. So again, if there's somebody out there listening who has taken it before and you want to write us a little review of the course and let people know if you loved it and what you loved about it, that would be great. Mm-hmm. And if you tuned in late, we were saying that our book is here, and we would love for you to order Simply Wicca from us to keep us going while the shop is closed. And the poor shop just doesn't know what to do. It has never had so many days without
It's lonely.
people and energy and smiles and laughs and yeah.
Well, you did
so
a
we
little
miss
walk
you
around
all.
the store,
I
didn't you?
did, and I will
Yeah.
do some more because I know we're going to be this way till the end of the month.
At least.
But
to be
like I said, you can take the course completely by Zoom. We have a couple of people who have been doing the course that we're into midway through that have been doing it from England.
Yes, then
So
they can't come.
they can't come.
They can't
Although
come.
there were murmurings that they might try to come for graduation for dedication. So we'll see what happens in October for them.
Wow, yeah. Hopefully things are better.
But
by
yeah,
then.
think about it. If you still have an income and you have a bit of time on your hands and you'd like to make the commitment of zooming in one day a month for a year and a day and doing all of the work to
Right.
become a witch, we would love to have you. So
Can we send you more info, please? Arian Goddess wants more info on our course. If you go to our website, awarenessshop.com, you can read all about it there, and you can actually sign up there. We there's a $50 deposit payable, and you can pay as you go. $50.
Right. Well, it'll be a $50 deposit and then $50 for the first class, because the total for the year and a day is $650, but around $400 of that is
material,
covers materials.
Yeah.
But if you go onto our website under subscriptions, you'll see Coming Home to the Craft of the Wise, and it'll map out exactly what we told you: Wheel of the Year, the Mabinogi Gods and Goddess, Moons and Ogham, Elements, Elementals, Watchtower, the history of Wicca, magical timing, tools of the craft, divination, making a wand, kitchen witchin', choosing a magical name, dedication. And you can also find our book on the website, which has a lot of information about who we are and how we do things. So, yeah.
It's a pretty comprehensive course, to be honest. It's going to be structured. It is challenging in some respects, because it's not one you just like, oh, I'll just download this. No, this is interactive. You're expected to work.
Although we make you read books, you can't really learn the craft from a book. We make you work. We make you think. Sometimes we might even have a pop quiz. Oh, dear goddess.
Oh, shock horror.
Yeah.
Shock horror.
So it is like a bit of a download every month.
And in terms of timing, it's going to start this Sunday. And each class, it will run, because this is going to be the first Sunday of the month. So this course will run on the first Sunday of each month, apart from the one in July, which we mentioned, where it backs up a week because that's holiday season for a lot of people. The course runs from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 5 o'clock in the evening.
Standard Time.
Eastern Time. Yeah. So wherever you are in the world, you're welcome to join in, but you've got to be able to make that time, because it is an interactive thing. This is not.
It's not recorded and you do it when you want to. It's show up, be present, and interact, learn, and share.
Yeah, because we have questions for you too.
Yeah.
So it's very much, it's not just we give you a load of material and say get on with it.
No.
You know, it's a two-way street, and we love teaching the course. It's
all right. So we do
fantastic.
have some places left.
Yeah, we do. A couple of three, I think.
And please go on over to our website, awarenessshop.com, and sign up for Craft of the Wise, or give us a call and sign up, or email us and sign up, however you want to sign up.
Carrier pigeon, whatever you want to do.
And
it's
we'd call
good.
you over the next couple of days to take your deposit if you don't sign up online. Also, again, people who have taken the course before, if you feel up to writing a little bit about your experience, so you could kind of let some other people know, we'll be able to put that, that review up. And again, if anybody's finished reading Simply Wicca and wants to go review it on Amazon, that would be really cool too. All right, so we got to get on with it.
We do, because we've got
a Wiccan
she has another
feng
class
shui
to teach.
I Ching class coming up in a little bit.
So we need to get off here and get on with Zooming.
That. But thank you so much for listening. We hope that you can join us on Sunday.
It would be fantastic. Yeah, we'd love it.
Blessed
we'd love it if
be.
you can make it. All right, blessed be. Be well, be safe, everybody. All right?
Yep.
We love you guys.
Home.
Stay home.
Do your best wherever you are.
Yep, that's all you can do. All right.